got that many calls. I don't know who that is either. You can hear me? Okay. Okay, so we was in the middle of a story. I saved that last piece. If you can get that last piece, you can watch it. Okay, so he gets to the school and then they won't let him sign him out. So I'm like, just wait right there. I'll be right there. When I ended up leaving, they signed my paperwork. They let me still get my SAG card. Everything good. I'm on my way. It's going to be $45. My son is there. I'm good. I'm safe, right? He calls me back like, Mom, they said they got to call the CPS because they can't stay. They can't wait 45 minutes. They can't wait 45 minutes. I said, Dre, I'm going to need you to break the rule. I need you to break a rule, and we'll worry about it later. I said, when they turn their head, grab my baby and run the fuck out of there and go home. And he said, Bet, I got you. Always so father-like, always so supportive. I know God got to have his hand over him at some point because, Jesus. So he called me from home and he said the lady walked out the room and I don't know what kind of telekinesis him and John got, but they took off, ran out the school. He said the lady came outside and was like, hey, you got to come back, bring him back. And by the time I got home, Dre had he had made him some hot dogs. He had made them some hot dogs with bread because we didn't have no buns. And they were sitting there watching their shows. And I just came home and gave him the biggest hug. But I could just remember, like, it took the innocence. It took his innocence. Like, he looked, I could see that worried look on his face. I could see, like, he smiled like I did it. But it was like, that robbed him of probably at least 2 or 3 years of his innocence. Because he had just committed riding a school bus. A city bus with all the deranged lunatics. That's why I don't believe in buses no more. He said everything went down on the bus. He said they was fighting on the bus. They was shooting dice on the bus. Banged on him on the bus. He went through holy hell to get over there. And then when he got over there, he had to do a whole kidnapping. Got home and fed his brother, and that probably put his hair on his chest. That he probably was not, most kids was at practice or, their dads was out throwing the ball with them, whatever. And he was out there being a dad. And what really hurts the most is that John forgets stuff like this. Like, yeah, you had a dad. You play those daddy games, but I think Andre was more your dad than your brother. So that's why I give him grace. I do. I give him grace, Even though I had to do it too. And if you read my book, I had to do it. And I had to do it for no reason. Because wasn't nobody at work. Wasn't nobody trying to make nothing happen. Wasn't nobody trying to shake no trees or, do nothing productive. I was literally trying to work and pay bills and keep from being homeless. And he had to step up. But I get it. Like, like I said, I have my dad. These things definitely made him stronger, but it also made him angrier. It made him, when Blue went to jail, Dre lost it again. And the trauma probably came back of not being able to save his brother, not being able to do his fatherly duties. So I give him grace because I know he stresses about, Callie and Dre and so much that it's probably affecting his ability to be a husband, to raise his kids. So I do. I give him his grace, and I don't give it to him to the point where I let him be a bitch about it, because it's like, you still have to live through this. You still got to make it through this, you know? And my grandmother, you know, patted my dad on the back for what he went through and overcame, but she still always made him, it's part of your journey. You still got to be responsible. You still got to keep going. God knew what you was going to have to go through before you went through it. So we just have to trust him and believe in him to get on the path that he gave all of that to us for, because it's not just our life, all of us, is not just for ourselves. Our experiences are for each other. There's a mother out there right now that wants to be an actress, that got 2 kids, 3 kids, and she trying to figure out, should I try it? Should I not try it? Yes, bitch, go for it. Do it. Make it happen. Fight for it. You know, God gonna have your kids regardless, because he sees you trying. He sees you trying. Now, I'm not saying go for it to the point where if it's going to affect your kids in a way that they need you, they need your nurturing, they need, you know, they're sick or whatever the case may be. Just like any job, you can't just go full-fledged if you have things that you have to do first with your kids. Once I saw that, you know, okay, he could help me, and he was okay with helping me, well, it appeared that way. I didn't know he was, you know, it was overwhelming him in the way that it was. Like, damn, I got to go to school. I got to help them. I got to help you. I am not sweet. I'm a bitch. But thank you, girl. You got to wear your armor. You know what I'm saying? You got to wear your armor. It's some demons and some thugs and some gangsters out here. You got to wear your armor sometimes. But sometimes you got to also let another mother know, another father, a single father know. You know what I mean? And y'all got to forgive these people. You got to forgive people because of their traumas. You got to forgive people because they just didn't know. They went through something. You got to be forgiving. Stop trying to, like, you know what I'm saying? If you love people, you really love people, help them get some help. Forgive them. I forgive my mom. If she called me right now and said, Karlissa, I wouldn't be like, you let that man. I've never done that to my mother. I've always been there for her. If she needs something, whatever the case may be, if she called me, I'm going to be there. I'm not going to want her to pay for it. I don't want you to pay for it. I want you to accept the things that you did, that you're responsible for, not call me a liar because you know I'm not lying. And just, you know, hold your head up and say, you know what? I apologize. I should have did this or I should have did that. I get it. Everybody has to do things in their own timing. But you should never, ever, 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 if it's your family members or somebody you love, one of your kids' fathers, if they fuck up, help them get the help that they need. But don't try to be the judge and the juror if you already know they got an issue. You knew they had an issue when you met them. I don't know who this is for, but we've been forgave Chrisean. I've been forgave Chrisean. I've reached out to Chrisean and asked her so many times, do you need anything? When she was in jail, I tried to give the baby money. I didn't know who to give it to. I probably gave it to the wrong people. I did all that. I don't hold grudges on nobody. CPS has to come. If the lady that, just so you guys know, because she's saying CPS ain't coming, if the lady got her own kids to go pick up, she does not have to stay there with your kids. That is a courtesy that the school does for you. They do not have to do it. If they have an urgent matter and they need to leave, they have to call CPS. But if a teacher has a matter that they have to take care of, and they'd have to go to the hospital to see their dad, I don't know, whatever the case may be, they do not. That is a courtesy that they're doing for you at that school. Most of them will wait 10, 15 minutes for you, but if you tell them you're going to be an hour late and they have an engagement that they don't want to sacrifice for, they have to call CPS. So don't be thinking every single time you're going to get away with paying that $1 per minute. If that teacher got to go, baby, they going to call CPS on your kids. She crying because she was explaining a time when the daycare was trying to call CPS on her. She wasn't trying. She just said that she couldn't wait 45 minutes because they knew my 45 minutes was really probably an hour and a half. When you tell somebody I'm going to be there in 45 minutes, they know. And I didn't get home till like an hour and a half. Y'all know the LA traffic. It always been this way. So she knew that 45 minutes meant she was probably going to have to wait past even longer than she's allowed to. They can't stay with your kid, just your kid, in the school all night. If the school is closed, you got a certain time for them people to call CPS. So don't listen to her. Don't try it. Yes, and you would flip-flop in between I have not disrespected Junior since I figured out what was going on. I did not know because she was in denial, remember? She had me in denial. Even when I went to visit him, I said, remember, do y'all remember when I went to visit Chrisean Jr. with Chrisean? I said, there's nothing wrong with him. I don't see nothing. I didn't know there was a hernia under the diaper. I didn't know anything. So when we was going tit for tat, and I said the only thing I did say was that he looked slow like me. If you think about it, that's all I said. I never said he was retarded. That was a lie. Some of the stuff y'all listening to is lies. But you can take that and run with it. But I didn't, after I found out, okay, there's really something going on, I never said nothing else. So yeah, we're not even finna touch on that, but I just wanted to let you know that because you got misinformation. Yes, I remember. Okay, thank you. Because I don't know. They made up some of the stuff. She said I said he was retarded. I never said that. She says she wondered why people are so hard on Chrisean because she has him everywhere she goes. They're hard on her because the baby is now 3 and he should be in some special shoes, special braces. He should have seen some special doctors, and he was neglected for a long time. And he doesn't have any of the things that those of us know that a child not meeting their milestones or a child that's vision specialist. There's a lot of doctor's appointments that would not allow you to be running around and galloping around when you're in search for, the right medical attention for the situation that he's in. You have to go on some of these pages. I've been watching a lot of them because I was preparing just in case, I had to help out with him on how to handle things. There are so many pages on TikTok, and there's so many pages I even follow one of the pages that teaches you how to handle kids with these type of disabilities. There's so much that goes into that that's what we would be watching, and that's what most of us parents want to watch. So it's not about just having your kids with you. It's about taking care of their health. And that's what a lot of us were and are angry about. Well, we appreciate that she, turns the cameras on and gives them some kisses and some hugs, but real parents we want to see her turn the camera on and show us the braces that that's gonna help him walk, or the things that we know should be happening right now that can help you. And I'm not saying this to say anything bad about her motherhood. I'm just saying what we want as mothers. Now, I know a lot of you guys don't give a fuck what, you just want to see her do some kisses and some goo goo gaga. But those of us that are real mothers, that have real hearts for our children, that's what we want to see. So that, and if you wait too late for some of these things, the damage is, you can't fix it. So that's what some of us are angry about. Those of y'all that, just want to see somebody get some kisses all day, fuck them kisses. We don't need no kisses. Okay, what we need is, what specialty doctors did you look up? What books are you reading? What books are you out there reading? What study guide are you going by? What procedures are you taking? There's so many parents on here that are going through, and it's so lavishing to watch them do these things for their kids because it's changing the kids and it's helping the kids and it's building the kids. I see one guy, his kid can't walk or anything, and he's had him swimming, and he has these braces on his legs, and he's seeing all these different doctors and doing all these different things. And I think those of us who are, once we realize what we're really concerned about is that. And I know you probably just want the bare minimum, but that's what we want. We want the best for our kids. So we don't want her to be crying right now like I'm crying because I had Andre catching a bus to go pick up his brother. We don't want her to be crying later on talking about, damn, I wish I would have went to that doctor's appointment. If I would have did those things, it could have reversed, this eyesight, or it could have did that. If I would have did the right physical therapy, he wouldn't be working backwards instead of forwards. We don't want those to be the tears that, that's permanent. Andre's trauma is permanent. But at least mentally and physically, mentally sometimes, physically sometimes, he can still get up and do something about it. We don't want to wake up 10 years from now and her be on the internet crying like I'm crying about what she coulda, shoulda, woulda did instead of just giving some hugs and kisses. I'd rather him not get no hugs and kisses if she gonna take him to 10 appointments in the day. I'm watching some of these parents, they're at 10 different doctor's appointments a day. Some of them, they spend their life in the therapist and in the counseling and the physical and there's so much work that has to be done. And and if you watch some of these pages, you will look and some people are growing angry because we watching these pages and we see what needs to be done. And the fact that all these different adults, the managers, the trainers, and all these different people are not at those appointments or encouraging those type of appointments. And we see him fumbling and roaming around in a car on a live, and we want to see him rolling around on one of those tumbling mats where the therapy is going on. That's why some of us are not as forgiving and we're angry. We know how much goes into that. And I've been studying it and watching these people just in case, I was going to have to step in and do that. So I know now what those parents are actually doing and how much they really love their kids. And that's why we're angry. Okay? So if you would like to go Google some of those pages and share those with her, you can do that. But I have done, I've read books and I'm on the internet and I'm reading about what he's going through and what's happening to the point where that's what they want her to do. They don't want to hear her read a bedtime story. You know what I'm saying? The Bible's great and we appreciate, you getting a good Bible study, but we want to know that you've invested reading and researching, and do we need to fly to Europe, or do we need to go to Rome, or do we need to go to Africa? Where is the best specialist for this? That's what we're looking at. We're not looking at, oh, you bought a penthouse, you got land over here. We want to know that you took that money and went over there to the best doctors. You know what I'm saying? That's what we want to know. My son is grown. I pay for the counseling. I pay for we want to know that you're investing in trying to make him better. That's all. We already know Pinkface bad as hell. We already know that. But that's something that we can fix every day over time, right? That's not something that's life-threatening or permanent. That's why I'm saying y'all don't be making y'all don't make it better. And you're making people not like the situation, not like her, not like you, because you guys feed people this horrible information. And then you haven't even looked it up to see to what type of advice. I wouldn't dare be sending some tennis shoes. I'd be sending the book of what to do. The specialist over here. My son used this eye doctor. My daughter used this person for braces, or this person for, to help with digestion, to encourage him to want to eat. This doctor for this and that doctor for that. Y'all get on here and say, oh, kids drink a bottle all the time. It's like, yeah, but how long do you think we need to be working on that? And those are the things that these real mothers are growing angry at you guys about. And we get it. You guys dominate the boards. There's so many of you lame losers out there who would rather see him wearing Air Force Ones instead of the brace shoes or the right shoes. We get that. We get that. We get it. Pinkface goes to school and she probably says cuss words sometimes. We can work on that. We are working on that. We're all working on that. We don't need to go read a book on how to get Pinkface to not cuss. Like, you know what I mean? And then they'll say, mind your business, that's not your child. But she just asked me a question. She asked me a question in the heat of something that had nothing to do with that. Please answer my question so I can get off here. Is Junior your grandson? The parents need to answer that, and I'm gonna leave that there. And whatever God put on my plate, I'm here. So if she dropped that baby off, that's my grandson. If she keep it going and that's her baby and that's what she want to do, that's on her. If Neveah drop her baby off and it's my grandson and she drop both them kids off, I'm not finna tell her she can't drop both them kids off. I wouldn't dare tell Neveah, oh, you gotta take that other one with you. Like, I know I'll be joking and playing and joking, but that is not me. So I wasn't in the bed with them. I wasn't in the bed with who the people they in the bed with. If they say that's my grandbaby, and until the grandmothers, I don't know about the grandfathers, but the grandmothers, that's our baby until you show us it's not. The fathers, that's not their baby until you show them it is. So like I said, and I told Neveah the same thing. I said, before you go over there talking about you should kill this baby, you should hurt this baby is 5 months. Before you take a drink, before you act unrudely, before you do anything to hurt this baby, if you need to come over here and rest your head and get your mind right so that my grandkid don't come here fucked up, you do that. If you need to bring your son and drop him off so you could go and get your mind right, you do that. I told Chrisean the same thing. But she chooses what's good for her. The people that got the baby, I don't know. That's her choices. Those are their kids. Just like my kids was my kids. But yes, she personally knows. Neveah personally knows. Yeah, I don't agree with everything Neveah do. I don't really. She's not my favorite person. Do I hate her? Do I not like her? I don't not dislike her. I dislike the things that she does. But I thought they was playing around, and once I realized that she was really crying, yes, I reached out to her and I told her, don't take the kid through there. The kid's here, and even if it ain't my kid, even if it ain't Jonathan's kid, he would still help her. I don't know if he would sign up to be the daddy and be fully responsible. But if Neveah's baby came out not to be Jonathan's kid and she was in a jam or a situation, y'all know Jonathan would help her and Superior and Solar. And at the end of the day, that's all God asks us to do, is to be decent people. Because Jonathan's grandma was never my kid's grandma. But when she came to my house with gifts, when she came to my house to see her grandson, she brought things for my kids. She was a great example of a grandmother, too. Jonathan's grandmother, Pamela, white lady. She probably didn't like me. She never let me know she didn't like me. And she never disrespect me. I never disrespect her. But when I got in a jam or I needed help, she would help all the kids, not just my kid. So I had some good examples. He clearly treats her son well. Loves her son, loves the kids. He gon' if that baby, if Superior call him and say, Jonathan, my mama's sleeping outside, we hungry, he gonna help her. So if you come into somebody's life, now I'll tell you this, if Neveah causes John to stumble, or they have a problem where it affects his other kids, or she's saying lying and doing some weird shit, he will turn that faucet off. He will not help her or her kid. And I told him that's when you're supposed to. Because if it's going to cost your other kids you being in jail for 2 years, I don't give a fuck what happens with her and her kid. Okay? So as long as they can keep their toxicity to where it's not creating lies, extortion, violence, I could see Jonathan helping Superior through college, whatever. I told her the same thing. She like, oh, Jayden might be mad at you. Jayden would never give a fuck. Now, if I become your best friend and we sit up and we talk shit about Jayden, yeah, she'll be mad. But Jayden knows me. Jayden wouldn't give a fuck if I helped you with your kids. Especially if they was my grandkids, she wouldn't. She would already know not to play with me like that. She would not dare ask me. She got a whole son herself. If her son come home with a grandchild or a step-grandchild, Jayden's going to take care of her grandkids. Jayden was willing to help Blue with Chrisean's baby. We all know people's hearts. We all know the real hearts. She didn't tell him to get that baby out of here while I'm in here. None of that. If you run into that girl, you would have a heart attack. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. Can't nobody give me no heart attack. Love you in Hawaii. Yes, Blue said Chrisean wasn't his, but didn't Karlissa just say, even if it's not his, move around. Only person toxic is you and your family tree. I mean, our trees is growing. Our trees is growing, baby. And why are you here? You should not be here if that's how you felt. If I felt like somebody was toxic, I wouldn't waste one fucking minute on their live. I would not waste my time over here. Let me help you out. Because you can't do good for yourself, I'm going to help you. Why would fuck, if that's how you felt, why would you be here? It's not that serious to be that fucking nosy. Jayden said she would give Chrisean an abortion. She said a lot of things when she was hurt, but when they brought that baby over there, okay, she said a lot of things when she was hurt, but when Jonathan told her, I'm finna bring this baby, I need you to help me, she said okay. Y'all gotta remember, when Jonathan called Jayden and told her, I'm finna bring this baby home with me because he's not getting what he needs over there, she said okay. We all watched it. I want to watch the etiquette class. I think that would be really good. I'm excited to get that started. I have 4 girls, so I need 4 more women who want to sign up to come and be on the etiquette training. We will do full-blown training. House care, man care, body care, all of that. Help you figure out what it is that your purpose is. Help you figure out how to get you a man, how to get you, get rid of a man. Whatever it is you need to do, we going to help you. I'm going to have some other women come on there, and that's some other good married women, and help and give some advice, so it's not just all my advice. I think you should be a bigger person and fly over here and there and show her. Girl, did you see what happened when my son went over there? I'm not risking my life for nobody. Sorry. I think you should. I think when I asked her, me and her to meet off camera, no people, just me and her, public place. I gave her the time. I gave her the place. I said, we're going to take him swimming. We can get in the water with him. I'm going to start spending time with him. She said, yes, okay. And then she sent a message. Her and John got into it. She cussed me out again. When Jonathan was over there with her and it was time for her to go home, it turned into, oh, look at my arm. And we all watched the security guards have to detain her at the place. So we all watched her try to literally destroy him after 3 days of being home just because he didn't want to live with her. But we over here saying everybody's obsessed. We all watched it. His daddy got it on camera. Y'all lucky it ain't petty me, because every time y'all say something, I would post it on how it has to be them or nothing at all. And it shouldn't be that way. But I was okay with being there at the play place at the swimming pool with the baby. It said, water activity is a good way to keep his muscles strong. So I was gonna start meeting her every week, me and her at the water place, and we just swim around with him. Just, I did my spiritual due diligence. What the spirit put on me, I tried. She refused. Sometimes when your blessing come and you don't get it, you might get it too late. That's not my fault. She isn't safe for him to be around. Exactly. And, maybe once she starts figuring it out, like, oh, they just wanted to have a relationship with my baby. She wasn't in a healed place at that time for us to risk his freedom or my freedom hanging out with her. She wasn't in that place that she's trying to go in now. So why would y'all want us to risk our shit and we got all the other kids and y'all not give a fuck? Now it's like, oh, she changing now. Okay, she wasn't changed that day. They looked like they was in there high as a fucking kite. They looked like they was about to be Bobby and Whitney. I had to go in prayer. His daddy was frustrated. That was a scary time for us. We got our son back after them 3 days, remember? We didn't know what the fuck was about to happen. We were terrified when our son got out of jail. But we were there. We were in there. We were there. We paid for security. I spent $20,000 on security, following my son around, making sure shit was right. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even know sometimes when security was following him. Nigga, we not finna play with my son again. He don't even know when people watching him. He don't even know what my husband doing. He don't know what the fuck going on. Nobody do. But we not finna play with our kids. We were all terrified and nervous. They was in there sweating, looking like two junkies with a baby in the house on the live. We was terrified for our child. And then when his dad worked hard with his son. We owe his dad some credit. His dad stuck in there. Come on, son, you could do this. You got this. You can't do this. And lo and behold, his dad was right. Next thing you know, she trying to put him back in jail. Come on, y'all. We all watched it. Shout out to his dad for hanging in there with his son, helping him fight through that thing. You can't do this, son. You can't do this. You got 2 other kids. You can't do this. His dad did a good fucking job. Left in peace. Everybody left in peace. Yes, he didn't get to help her with the baby. He didn't get to keep going and help with the baby, and I know that probably hurt him. But everybody left in peace. She over there getting her peace. He getting his peace. And that's what it is. Now he know when he sees somebody coming violent or moving violent, he got to move away from them, even if it hurts him. Even if it's his kid and he can't be with him. Even if it's Jayden. Even if it's me. If it's somebody that's getting ready to cost you a situation, you got to move around. You got to let them go. You got to let it burn. We covered a lot of topics today, guys. I think we made some good. We made some good progress. You got some good advice to go back in good direction. I think we covered a lot of ground today. We did a good job. We did a good job not just for our own personal selves, but for anybody that's out there wondering, how do I handle this baby daddy? Should I be mean to him because he with that bitch over there, and now I don't want him around my kids, and I don't want that. We handled a lot of ground today, guys. You don't even need to call your baby daddy. Call the woman he with and say, you know what? I have personally decided that I want to allow maybe once a week, maybe phone calls twice a week. I'm not going to hide his kid from him, and I hope that this is what you wanted anyway. I hope that you guys really take some of this information and this advice, because what if I had did that to Jonathan's dad? You know, Andre has his father now, but it's not really there. So he has to go through this, what he going through, by himself. It's going to make him a man, for sure. It's going to make him a man, for sure. And he can call my dad, and but it's not the same as having somebody right there in your ear. Like, if Jonathan's daddy was not there and privy to see all that and help him through that, Jonathan might already have went back. We was worried. We was scared. Right. They want y'all to get off my page and stop talking about that and bringing that up. But if it's going to help you guys get some information and some advice to go over there with, to advise with, maybe to look up some information to how to support, I'm okay with that. I don't care who's mad that we have good conversations that might help. I'm okay with that. Maybe John wouldn't be as heartless. I mean, yeah, Dre's women is making Andre scared of women. Dre's women issues is making him not want one, okay? He already had his taste, and he fighting for his own sanity to get through his shit too. We all know there's nothing more in life that Andre loves than his daughter, and he can't talk to her or see her right now because of his own problem. So I doubt Andre will just be having babies everywhere and anywhere, because you got to learn. Karlissa, you're not wrong. I know I'm not wrong. I'm old school. I'm straight to the point. I'm straightforward. I know what it is. I got proof of what it is. Maybe everyone should pray at everyone heals and get together for the babies. We don't have no problem helping out with the babies, but you can't move in and live with us for us to help you. We have lives too. We have things we have to do. Like I said, if Neveah had to come by here and take a load off and get her mind right for this baby to come out right, she knows she could do that. But you can't come here and just stay and live here. But this could be your rebound. Let me get my baby right. Let me get my life right. But and the same thing with Callie and Dre, everybody. If you gotta home, when you go back home, it's because you just trying to get your mind right and get a plan right. But you can't just take over somebody's life because you got a baby with them. Point in case, if Dre's wife don't want to get back with him and she want to move on with her life, he can't just go over there and live with her just to see your baby. You got to figure something out. You got to figure out a system that works for everybody's life. Blue does not have to let them come and live with him and control his life and what he do in his life because they got kids. If you want your baby father to have a relationship, if you out of state, start with some phone calls. Put the FaceTime on and let them talk. You don't got to be in the camera and in the phone. Start with some FaceTime calls. When a woman keeps the child away from the father for a FaceTime call, unless the father get on the phone cussing and acting a fool, but if the person allows a FaceTime call or don't allow a FaceTime call, the judge, the juror, everybody's going to know that you're really a vindictive, sour soul. They're going to know. We know. Y'all playing dumb. But we know when a woman keeps a child away from a father, what they're doing. Yeah, if you don't want to go hang out with them, you don't like them, that's fine. But we got FaceTime. You could FaceTime while they cleaning your room, while you talking, while you hanging out in your crib. You could FaceTime the dad. You could meet at the police station. I used to meet at the police station if I didn't feel like being bothered. Or they didn't feel like being bothered with me. I've met at the police station. Sat up in there with the stepmama and everybody. It's ways, and you just have to figure out which ways work for you. And if you're uncomfortable with the other side or you don't trust them or whatever, just start FaceTiming. You don't want, God forbid, something happened to you and you get up and leave, and then your kid got to go over there and he don't even know them people. She don't even know them people. Or the people might not want to take them. Something happened and now they 14, 15, and the people not in their life. I'm not going to have no 14, 15-year-old come over here with me. And I don't know them. Now, if I've been FaceTiming them and I've been, how you doing in school? And they talking and we build a spiritual connection, I'm going to feel obligated. Just like John with Superior now. He's going to feel spiritually obligated. You've left an impression on this child's heart, and this child has left an impression on your heart. When y'all do that stuff, that's why then people be mad at the daddies when they don't come back, don't talk to them, don't fuck with them. I'm so proud of my internet nephew, because no matter what try to paint him out to be, he's a great dad, and he got his own motion, and he keep it, and they hate it, and they mad. He not Junior dad. What the fuck? You was doing good. You don't got to give up no pussy. That's a game that a woman plays. Oh, I got to give up some pussy for him to be the daddy. You don't got to do that. Come on now. Nobody's believing that shit no more. That sounds retarded. He wants a pussy. You don't got to do that. I just said. You could call on the FaceTime. You could meet at the police department. You could meet at the library. You could meet at Chuck E. Cheese. You can meet at a public place. You don't got to do none of that. I had a baby daddy that tried that too. And you know where we met at? The police department. Okay? Call your baby daddy if he wants some pussy and tell him to meet you at the police department. He can't get no pussy at the police department. Call him and tell him you want to meet him at the church down the street. I'll meet you at church on Sunday right around the corner from your house. He can't get no pussy at the church house. Them is lame-ass excuses. Don't know. When a woman say he don't want to be with his kid unless he gets some pussy, that just means that you lying. Okay? Because there's ways around the pussy. Especially if you got some money. Pull up with your security guard. Pull up on the front yard with your security guard and let them have a little front yard play. Come on now. That ain't it. If he just wanted some pussy, then why would he ask you to move out? Why would he tell you can't live there? If a motherfucker wants some pussy, he'll be trying to tell you to bring your shit and move in. If he tell you can't live there... And then all of a sudden, he don't see your baby no more. That mean he didn't want you there. He didn't want no pussy. Yes, go find us the video where Blue said he didn't want to be a daddy unless he got some pussy. He didn't go over there to get none of Jayden's pussy. I'm going to tell you how that happened because I was here. Okay, I was here when he tried to do his visitation with Jayden and fell asleep. And then she went in there and hopped on him. Okay? Let me tell you how that went down. My son got out of jail and organized Jayden's visits. I think they both agreed to do their visits here. They agreed to do, remember they did them first couple months of their visitation with the kids at my house. Child, they doing the visits and somebody down there, I can't find them. They done disappeared. Okay, so what? Jayden didn't have to stay here with the kids. She did not have to stay here. And she knew I wasn't finna let nobody touch them kids. She didn't have to stay here. That's what they choosing to do. They choosing to spend the night. Blue said he don't like his mama. Girl, don't none of them like me. Don't none of my kids like me. But they kids love me, and that's all the fuck that matters. Don't none of them... Tell her, girl. Would y'all tell the new lady who think it's funny that my kids don't like me? Tell her. She think it's funny that Blue don't like me. Don't none of them don't like me. But they kids love me. We got a new bitch in here. Girl, you ain't telling us nothing new. Them motherfuckers can't stand me. They can't stand me, girl. I'm for sure might end up in one of them old folks' homes. I for sure might end up in one of them goddamn old folks' homes. Lies, you didn't even know. Hold on, I can't see. I saw John on top of Jayden. No, you didn't. You seen John downstairs in the movie room on the couch and Jayden on top of him. Now, I ain't the one to gossip, but I'm just saying. He wasn't on the top. I said, take y'all kids and y'all go home to y'all house, okay? Y'all would not be having fornications up in here. This is married sex only. Take y'all visitation. Y'all got this now. Y'all doing good. Take this shit home. Don't fornicate at y'all house. Talking about they finna do some co-parenting. Finna do some co-pussening. They did some co-pussening all right. I never understood getting in somebody comments you don't know to talk crazy about them. Girl, no. They dead ass serious. They mad. They over there mad. Them the people that told the people to drink and smoke while pregnant. We know why they mad. They guilty. That's why they're angry. They guilty. They was the leaders. Rocktards love the mama. They all here engaged. Girl, they over here getting some tips. I'll get you out the old home. Don't get the dementia on me. Girl, my grandmother left here with all her marbles, honey. She told me everything I need to know. clear up what he said about you on the interview. What he say about me on the interview? We already talked about that. He said that I was talking, that I be on the internet talking so I can make some money to take care of his kids while he was in jail. We already cleared that up. You late to the show. I love this hair on you, girl. This hair, I woke up like this, didn't I, y'all? I woke up to the news. I said a prayer before I even got on Instagram. I said at least a 30-minute prayer. My husband tried to interrupt me 2 times. After I got done praying, I got on there, girl, and I said, oh, Lord, another baby daddy. Child, Jonathan got the nigglets coming out, talking about this day baby. Jayden is not degrading herself. She is enjoying her life. She's dating. She's hanging out. She's co-parenting with her longtime ex-fiance, not boyfriend, ex-fiance, that she been with since she was 15 years old. Bitch, she's winning. She got her money, his money. She's winning. She's the storehouse. She is winning in life. She got her baby daddy, your baby daddy. Jayden is winning, and her kids are winning. Okay? Her kids are winning. This is what you're supposed to do. Callie doing the same thing. Callie says she might have another baby with her ex-husband. Even though they divorced now, they might have another baby. They're winning. We do Christmas together with Callie's ex-husband. The kids are happy. They're complete. You guys have to learn how to win for your children. Otherwise, you're going to wake up and you're going to regret it. If you can't, some of them girls that done dogged you, them home girls that done dogged you, ran through you, slept with your man, you will make up and be their friend. You will wake up and be all these niggas' friends, but your baby daddy, you can't do it for your kids. Y'all hanging out with people that done dogged you, robbed you, didn't give you no money in prison, but you can't make up with your baby mama? That's how I came out blue. I don't give a fuck what your baby mama did. How you gonna be friends with these motherfuckers? They didn't give a fuck if you rotted in there. You for sure about to be over here with her for Thanksgiving. You for sure about to be over here. And guess what? If it's 2 baby mamas that's going to be here for Thanksgiving, it's going to be 2 baby mamas here for Thanksgiving. Because Callie baby daddies both be here for the holidays. Respectable. He with his kid. They crack a couple jokes. They winning. Don't you want to win? I'm definitely winning because my baby daddy be over there with my husband for Christmas. With his kids, my kids, all the kids. I'm definitely winning. Bitch, I won already. I sits high. Okay? I sits high. That's how you know you winning. I sits high. I wake up, sits high. Bitch, I won. I win every day. I win every day because I call and I gossip with them baby daddies, honey. And I be telling them, let me tell you what happened. You need to talk to so-and-so about so-and-so, honey. I've been winning. Callie and Jay gonna be mad. Don't talk too much. Oh, yeah, and it's Mother's Day. Fuck. I'm sorry. They gonna use that to don't give me nothing for Mother's Day. Watch. I pray you keep your bond with Jayden. Me and Jayden and Callie, we had a long talk about how we was allowed our family to be infiltrated, and that will never happen again. We had a long talk about how our family was infiltrated, and that will never happen again. Very, very important that you demand respect of anybody that you bring in to this family. Case in point, if you come over here and we all here, whether it's Callie baby daddy, Jayden baby daddy, the new baby mama, if you come in here and you're not respectful while you're here, you cannot come here. You are your children. Okay? So it's going to be a level of respect that we have as a family, so we don't have no more problems. Y'all seen us at Javon's birthday party? Nobody wanted to go home. Everybody wanted to keep the party rolling. I think Callie Blue and Dre kept the party rolling over at Jayden's house. Because those are memories that you are not, those are laughs and memories that you are not, you're always going to revisit those. You're always going to want to revisit your childhood. I seen a picture of Doug and Andre and John, and I was so angry with their mom for the last 2 years, but seeing them together, we started having small talk again. When you see your kids enjoying memorable moments like that, it should take down the walls. Do I plan to be her best friend? No, but do I plan to, she say she praying for my kids. I've been praying for hers. That's just what it is. Those are the people you let your wall down. People cherish money and materialistic items, but none of it goes with you in the ground. Exactly. And that's the truth. None of it goes with you in the ground. These memories, your family, all of that's going with you. The new BM don't like you, and Blue is condoning it. That's not true. I talked to her yesterday. She don't like the way I act. She don't like maybe what I say the truth. But when I talk to her, she know me. Jayden fans is called the Griffins. What's the Griffins? Jay know how Jayden stands her ground and uses her children as pawns. No, she don't. There's been several times that Jayden's been mad at me or not speaking to me. Even after Blue got out of jail, there's been times. We just didn't share with y'all. But there's been times she didn't talk to me for a few days, and I pull up and meet her at the Ross. Because when I pick them up, they love to go to the toy section. When I pick them up, she'll bring them in the Ross, and she'll leave, and I don't even know she left. She'll put the car seat in my car and keep on going. We don't do that. We don't do that. We learned from our mistakes. We learned how valuable it is and how much they would have missed out on them whole 2 years that their dad was gone. Right? We learned from our mistakes that the kids is innocent. They don't got nothing to do with this. And she know I love all the kids. She done stopped talking to me a few times. She just still pull up to the Ross, honk the horn, or bring him in Ross, and I go my way and she go her way. If she get home, she asks her kids if I pinched them, if I was mean to them. She asks you. I'm pretty sure she talked to them. And when her kids cry and don't want to go home and they want to stay with their grandma, that give her a peace of mind. Because sometimes she don't feel like being bothered with them either. So she definitely ain't doing that no more. She didn't even want to... me and John wasn't speaking when we went to the birthday party. But you didn't see her uninvite nobody. Hell, Dre was there. Everybody wasn't speaking when we got there. But when we left in kisses and hugs. She learned a valuable lesson. The kids had a great birthday party behind it. When we showed up there, we wasn't talking to each other. But we played games. We laughed. We played a little charades. We played games. We laughed. And we all left in peace. And we had a great, and Javon had a great so memorable that Javon, when we was singing Happy Birthday, he cried. No, Dre don't drink. Blue don't drink. They don't drink. They might got a problem with them weeds, but they don't drink. Okay, we've been on here a long time, guys. I know I done missed 2 calls and 2 appointments. But we had a very good session today. I hope everybody takes something away from it. I hope I put it on your heart for you to call your baby grandma. Call your baby grandma and grandpa. And if you're not comfortable, I'm not saying put your kids in a safe situation. Somebody turn on some of that church music right now. And call them and just be like, I know we don't get along, but I wanted you to FaceTime your grandkids and say hello. And you're going to have so much peace over your heart after that first, second, third call. Your grandkids going to want to call. The grandparents going to give them some nuggets, some jewels that you was about to block their blessings from. They going to tell them something about their daughter or their son, about when they was little. And it's really going to shape your kids' life. So, I know half of y'all ain't talking to y'all kids' grandparents. I know. I don't care what she said to you. Look at your kid and say, you know what? I think you should call your grandma and say hi. Or your grandpa and say hi. And just see how it goes. And worry more about filling up your kids than taking them and using them as a pawn. Because I'm pretty sure Jayden learned so much of what her kids would have missed out on if she would have kept that thing going. If she would have kept that thing going, do you know how much she would have missed out on? How much work she has got, how busy she's been, and how much of a good time her kids are having that they don't even realize that she's not there. I have reached out to Chrisean a couple of times, and I don't see no change in her. So I'm glad y'all do, and y'all keep seeing it. Imagine Journey with only Blue and Jayden. They don't want to imagine that, honey. They do not want to imagine that. They love bringing her over here. They said she's a different person when she leaves. It lasts for about 3-4 days. She be the sweetest piece of pie. She need that grandma. She need that. Some of those kids just need it. Andre had my grandma, honey. That's probably what saved him. Andre had my grandma Bessie, too. Not as often as Journey and Javon and Carter and Junie get me. Oh, my God. Io loves me so much. Callie's baby Jesus loves me so much. Baby, when he come over here, he be like, Grandma, I haven't seen you for a lot of days. I miss you so much. He's so expressive and so vocal, and it just melts my whole heart. So imagine not being able to talk to him and then getting that phone call from him. Oh, my God. Let y'all kids call their grandma. And Callie was going to try to do that bullshit. Remember that? Callie was over there talking about he can't go over there, he can't talk to them, and I was sneaking over there, letting them see him and sneaking over there behind her back. Remember that? When she was mad? She's so grateful to God that I did that. She's so grateful to God that she did not stop them from being in his life, because he does not go to bed without wanting to call his nana and his grandma. his nana and his daddy. He come home and he tell us all about the good time he had over there and how much they love him. And it's awesome to know that that's why she want to have another baby with them. I told her that's the smartest decision you can make. If you get another boy, hopefully she want a girl. Hopefully she can get a girl out of him. But that's where you want to have a kid, where the grandma and the dad can put the bullshit to the side and be parents. Okay? They was restrained from each other. They don't fucking care about that. They doing a good job together. I'm so proud of Io and Callie, how dark and where they came from. I'm talking about they came from the dark side. They was up in the court. They was up in the jail. They was rocking and rolling. But they is so good now. And that's because they both had two parents. Yeah, we was both mad. We was both irritated with each other. The whole shit. We was all mad. But the baby had two grandparents that understood how important it was for him to have the mom and the dad and the grandparents. To the point where when they was going through it, we was sneaking around, making sure that nobody missed a beat. And that's what y'all need to be preparing to do as grandparents. And if you're already in the situation, you need to stop and get out of the situation. Because what's going to happen is your kids, your daughters is going to grow up and they going to keep the grandparents. They going to do all that bullshit that you doing, and the kids going to miss out again. I'm not getting ready to force nobody to do the right thing. They have to have their own free will, especially when it comes to their grandchildren. They have to have their own free will. Now, if one of my kids asks me, or they can't get the visit, or they can't see the kid and I have to go in there and do it, I would do it. But I'm not going to force another mother to do the right thing with her kid. We shouldn't have to force y'all. You should have just heard my message, you've been watching the show, you've seen for yourself the right thing to do, and you should do the right thing. You should do the right thing. Because when them kids get 10, 12 years old and they talking back and rolling their neck, and them grandparents ain't seen them, and you need help, and you need some help, ain't nobody gonna want to come. Ain't nobody fixing to do all of that. They don't know them people. So do the right thing. Because all my girlfriends that is doing grandma stuff, because they all doing grandma stuff, trust and believe. Whether their girlfriend like them or not, they taking care of their grandkids. Thank you, C. Marie. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you. Oh, that was a Mother's Day word. That was definitely a Mother's Day word. So if they crazy, if they weird, you don't trust them, start with some FaceTime calls, okay? And I'm finna go and try to find my grandkids, because they should be pulling up any minute. I love y'all. I hope y'all love yourselves. I love women. Y'all gonna have sons. You ain't always gonna be able to be team girl. I know the women that got 3 girls and no sons. I know y'all team girls, but some of y'all gonna have to see it from both perspectives. And we thought Jonathan was womanized, and Jonathan getting